The word itself is a very ambiguous word, yet somehow we all understand the word art. And every culture has art. That's almost how they're defined. And that's something very unique to humans themselves is creating. You know, animals don't have the insight, inspiration, the appreciation for things that humans do, and that's throughout every culture. It's like an emotion almost, like love. Everyone understands love, but the word love is hard to define. And that's the same for art, I'd say, it's got billions of definitions and a fractal of definitions. We understand that art is expression, art is creating things. I would say personally, to generalize it, art can be anything. And to some that's very frustrating. And to me, I think that'd be very frustrating. I personally work in realism most of the time. You know, I work hard to make it look just like this or that. And so sometimes it's frustrating, but in a way, it's also very inspiring. My inspirations, kind of hard to narrow down. I'd say there's plenty of artists that I've seen their art over the years, the famous ones. I'd say Salvador Dali, his surrealism has been an inspiration, maybe not quite directly, but as far as how he does things is interesting. I'd say my biggest inspiration is just the people around me. I've had teachers and family my whole life just completely supporting me. And I think that's the biggest inspiration for any artist, is not who they're trying to become, but who's helping them become themselves. My struggles currently, I would say, are finding my own style. I think that's something that every artist might go through from time to time. For example, with Van Gogh, he's got a very unique style. And if you just look at an individual painting, you can pretty much tell it's his style or based on it. And that's something I'd like to have for myself, is a recognizable style. For the mural at Salem has been proportion. For something that size, it's a pretty big size painting. It's something you have to step back and look at it every couple minutes. It's been a huge learning curve. Every individual aspect of it is more or less new to me. To continue my experience as an artist, I plan on transferring to a 4-year college to probably do something in the art field. But that's something I'm not completely sure about. And that surprises a lot of people, is that I'm not positive that I want to be an artist. But I do think I will always be doing some kind of art, no matter what career I choose. And because it's something I'm good at, it's my passion. So regardless of what I choose, I'll always be doing art, and it'll always be changing me as I'm changing along the way.
Okay, art to me is it's a way of life. It kind of keeps you going. It's important to actually connect to something bigger than you are. You can have things that happen in your life that are good and also bad. And when you can kind of connect to something bigger than you are, it helps you through those things. The reason I went into art was I wanted to find something I can learn a lot about life from. With art, it has the opportunity to connect to people from what you create, but it also provides you a way to express your own feelings about life. If those feelings are expressed in a powerful way, then others can also be connected to it. Picasso always said the art was his exorcist, which means that when he goes through bad times or things that can be troubling, he can get those things out on the canvas. Matisse, on the other hand, he sort of saw art as a way of taming those bad things and projecting those things, those bad emotions, in a much more beautiful way. He said that art is like a comfortable armchair. If you really want to break what art is down, it's kind of in a lot of different categories. First of all, it's something that comes along that helps us see the world kind of in new and innovative ways. It gives sort of tangible form to religion, philosophy, feelings, how architecture is today, how technology is today, how technology controls us, how we control technology. All those things kind of come into play. Things that are new, things that are dying out. And in a way, a lot of my work, it kind of is sort of touches on that, especially in terms of working with forms that are industrial, at times look like they're on the verge of collapse. Kind of what it means for me to be an artist is grab a hold of things that are a part of the world in which you live in, reflect on those, look at other artists and how they kind of worked with issues that might be similar to that, but also look at their work in relationship to how you can kind of appropriate things that they did, pull those together along with your own personal sort of feelings into it in terms of your own daily experiences.
Art to me it's a relationship between the artist and the artwork. Art means everything. There really isn't anything else outside of art because art is so all-encompassing with everything that it grabs, everything that it means, everything that it touches. I always feel that it's kind of a double-edged sword and a little bit of a blessing and a curse in the way to actually be an artist, because it's almost like something that you can't really choose, and it's definitely something you can't get out of. For me at least, I'm an artist because I don't have a choice. I can't do anything else. I mean, clearly there's other things that I get into and other things that I'm interested in, but I can't escape art and I can't escape trying to create something because I'm an artist, and I can't get away from it. I got started with art a long time ago. I think I was, of course, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was like scribbling with like crayons or like watercolor as early as like 3 or 4. Nothing really stuck for me except art. And I started taking art lessons when I was 8 years old, private art lessons I would go to after school. I was taught by an individual that was a previous graduate from Savannah College of Art and Design. That was the first time I had ever heard of that school. I barely even knew what college was, but I don't know, something about the way that they explained their experience, something about the way that they talked about this place, just turned it into one of my life goals as a growing artist to attend this school and this college. Currently, I'm a teacher. I feel like I'm doing things a little bit backwards. I didn't expect to be an instructor this early in life. It is definitely something that I aspire towards. I really want to have the opportunity to work in the video game industry and be a part of that creative process and pipelines that are involved with creating these interactive experiences that can change a lot of people's lives, and to be a part of something that other people can get excited for and really enjoy. I think that would be amazing. So embrace the good, the bad, and being in the trenches of game development, shoulder to shoulder with, and come out with a couple of war buddies. All artists struggle to a degree because creating is never easy, and it takes time, and you're never done as an artist. There's always room for improvement. There's always something else. There's always a new plateau to reach, to drive for. Struggling with your own internal critic. Artists are always their own worst critic. You're never done learning. You're never done improving as an artist. You don't get to stop.